Next guest says history shows when the economy is suffering from high inflation, the commodity market enjoys a bull run. It's a good time to invest in the sector. Joining us with his usual stock picks is David Costa, Dean at Robert Kennedy College. Thanks very much, David, for taking the time to
Hi, Rebecca. Nice to see you.
Let's go through some of your stock picks. So it's all about the commodities. More specifically, how can we best get into commodities and be sure we've not already passed the peak?
Well, if you want to get directly into commodities, and so you make a choice that it's the right time and you want to put some of your portfolio into commodities, my suggestion is to go only to exchange-traded funds or non-leveraged products, because you probably heard a lot of stories of people losing their shirt or a lot of money into commodities, and that's due to the leverage which occurs on the futures. So if you want to go and step directly into commodities, there are a lot of exchange-traded commodity funds and other instruments to go without leverage and still make a very good profit.
Okay, let's go through some of the picks which I can see, but of course the viewers can't. So let's start with Syngenta. That's one you're interested in, right?
Yeah, Syngenta is the world leader on crop protection products. They're also active on seeds, but crop protection is about 70% of their revenue. They are market leaders. The company gained more than 36%. The share of gaining more than 36%, and there is no sign to stop because they are really in the middle of the commodity boom. They are also active on biotechnology, where the main competitor, Monsanto, is not so active in Europe. Furthermore, if you look at the valuation, their valuation is roughly half of the one of Monsanto, so there is still possibility to go up on this share.
Now, fertilisers is another one that's actually come in for scrutiny from several of our guests recently. You pick out Yara, I believe, as your top pick in that sector. Why don't you tell us what you like about that company?
Well, about Yara, first of all, they are very active on mineral fertilizers, and they're present throughout the world in over 120 countries. What I like is that Yara has also some smart ways to have good access to energy, because let's not forget, to produce mineral fertilizer, you need a lot of energy, particularly gas. So what they do, they have a partnership, for instance, in Qatar with the Qatar government. I think the joint venture is 25% owned by Yara. So a very smart way to access this energy at a reasonable price compared with the competition. The very strong company. They doubled their value in the last 6 months, but looking at the sentiment, it's still very bullish because the type of products they're doing, there is an increasing demand and very little competition.
DuPont is another one, but that's a much more diversified company, isn't it?
Yes, DuPont is not exclusively an agricultural company, and I've picked DuPont for a reason. DuPont is also active on crop protection as well as the same market of Syngenta, but they're also active now in alternative energy like solar energy. The share, DuPont, has not been benefiting like other shares in the United States in that sector, and the valuation is very modest at the moment. They gained something, few point of percent, 6 or 7% this year, but they are down a year today, 12 months to now. So it's an opportunity. If you are scared about big valuation and you don't want to go and look for those companies which have now very high valuation, DuPont may still give you the opportunity to play into the agricultural market but in a more diversified fashion.